What's going on, people? What's going on this Friday night? I know a lot of people out partying, but we out here taking care of business. What's going on, Jasmine? How you doing today?
I'm doing great, Cliff. How are you?
I'm doing amazing. I'm doing amazing here to talk about this wonderful event we actually got coming up on July the 16th in my home city, Pensacola, Florida.
Yes.
How do you feeling about actually being one of the guest speakers at this event?
I'm excited. I'm very excited. I haven't been to Pensacola in years. So to be traveling to speak is a big deal. So I'm super excited and I'm honored to be invited.
And we're honored to have you. We're honored to have you. This is going to be a monumental event for Pensacola because we used to the party scenes, we used to the spring breaks, and all the type of things when it comes down to people coming to Pensacola for to visit the city. But we never really had a business networking event in the city like that. We usually have day parties, and I know they have a lot of big day parties in Pensacola. But this is going to be a day party. It's actually going to be something different. It's going to be a day party where you can actually learn while you party.
And that's the best part. That's what we need to start bringing back to our community, anyways.
Oh yeah, most
Being
definitely.
making education fun,
Yeah, most
making
definitely.
reality fun, or should I
It,
say.
oh yeah, yeah. It's a good feeling when you can dress up. You're in a space around other business owners where you can actually dress up and dress to impress. And on
Hmm.
top of that, you take away from this. What you're going to take away from this event is so much more than just a party scene. So much more than you actually sipping on mimosas. Even though the theme of the whole entire party is money and mimosas, but I want us to really, really focus and harness in on the money part of it. To be able to interact and network with other people in that same city, in that same community that you probably would never really interact with before. In that space, man, it's going to be an amazing feeling. I just can't wait. I can't wait to get on the stage because I haven't spoken in a
Yes.
while. So I'm ready to get on the stage and actually do my thing. I know you're ready to do your thing
You know
when it
I'm gonna
comes
bring
down to
the
books.
energy.
Oh
You
yeah, I
know I'm
already
gonna
know.
bring the energy.
That's why I need you to start everything off.
Oh, the truth comes out.
Yeah.
But that's nothing. I've done it before. I definitely could do it again.
So tell me, what are you bringing? What are you bringing to the event? What energy are you bringing to the event? What's your purpose to actually? What's your
I'm
purpose in life
all
that you actually what are you bringing?
I'm all about personal development and I'm all about becoming an authority figure in your life. So what I do is that I help entrepreneurs stand out as authority figures in their industry, but I want people to start getting comfortable with standing out as authority figures in their life.
Mm,
Like from the time it's been written, we were called to walk in our authority. We were called to be these authority people when we can start taking action and moving like the kings and queens that we are. So, in order to do that, sometimes it takes releasing some things. Sometimes it takes being complete and whole with yourself. And then it just takes seeking a higher purpose. But most importantly, when you said the money thing, what about the wealth thing? What is something that we can pass down from generation to generation? And by becoming an authority figure in your life, it sets you up to doing all of those things.
exactly, exactly. That's me personally. That's one of my biggest things. That's why I teach crypto investing because crypto investing would actually lead to generational wealth. Um,
Yes.
and and personally in my life, it actually led me to the point to where I'm able to actually retire my children before my children are even out of high school, which was my number one goal. Now my number two goal is to retire my grandchildren before they're even born. So
Yes.
that's generational wealth in itself right there. So that's my motivation and that's my purpose and that's why we wanted to push this event because I know you were going to bring the same energy because we always been on the same page. We've been knowing each other for a
Yes.
while now, but
Yes.
it's always been about building yourself personally and building your bank account.
Yes, and then building others who are ready to build as well. Because I know the way how we met. We was doing it for the people. Of course, we was doing it for ourselves, but we was also trying to put people on. One thing we always say, like, man, put me on. And it's like as soon as we approach you to put you on, you get a little cold feet, right?
Hmm.
You're going to witness protection. But when people really just start tapping on the true purpose of why you here, it's like it should be a no-brainer. So I feel like it's all about your environment. So it sounds like to me like we going back to Pensacola, a hometown that you're familiar with, because it's time for us to shift the environment, shift the mindset, shift the energy, shift whatever mindset y'all was thinking before. Let's bring a different type of mindset, a different type of energy to this hometown. It can't just be all turn up. It can't be all celebrating. What are we celebrating? We should be celebrating progress. You know,
Exactly,
we
exactly.
should be celebrating things that's taking us to another level, something that's going to benefit us tomorrow, not just celebrating because you had a bad day at work, knowing that you about to clock back in the following week and have the same bad day unless you do something about it. So I know we on the same page as transformation. We want people to leave being transformed, not just being hyped, but actually taking the necessary steps before they leave the room. So I'm all excited about that.
Yeah, it's kind of like a homecoming for me because when I left Pensacola over 15 years ago, I was a total different person then. And a lot of the people who are probably on this call tonight and people who will see this video from my hometown remember me as the old Cliff back then, the old Cliff that will probably knock you upside your head, the old Cliff
Mm-hmm.
that you see in the streets. So now that I'm a transformed human being, I'm a transformed man. I want that transformation to actually flow through my city. I want it to flow through my city with this event. And
Yes.
because, listen, when we talk about money and we talking about mimosas, first off, it's going to be a whole nother flow in itself. But when we talk about money, we're not just talking about investing in just a monetary sense. We're talking about investing in life. Me personally, I teach mindset investment because the
Mm-hmm.
very first investment that you're going to make in anything is going to be in your mindset. Because when you change your mindset, everything else changes around you.
Exactly.
So that's my very first thing I always teach on. So when it comes down to mindset management and mindset and self awareness of what your mindset is at this time, it all boils down to you. So that investment is not just going to be a monetary investment. I'm going to teach you how to invest monetary. I'm going to teach you how to make money in the crypto market. But that very, very first investment that you're going to make by coming to this event is going to be an investment into your mindset.
Yes. Yes. That's key. They say money is energy, right? So the way how you think about yourself, the way how you think about people, right? Because people are like, I don't like people. I don't like talking to people, right? The way how you feel about yourself, the way how you feel about people, the way how you feel about money all plays a role. So
Mhm.
until you tackle the mind, the inner you, everything else around you is not going to make sense until you get all this in alignment. And it's not going to happen overnight. We're not expecting the change to happen overnight, but we're expecting for y'all to take the initial step is first get your ticket and be there,
Oh
right?
yeah, oh yeah.
Then the next step is for you to participate. Everybody think things look crazy until things start actually working, right? So now you got to get in the room and participate, and then you got to get in the room to start taking the necessary steps. So I'm sure you're going to probably have to invest in some kind of sort. And some people might wait to invest. Some people might invest right there on the spot. But at least they're taking the action to make sure when I leave here, I'm not going to be the same person who I was before. And that's what's key.
Oh yeah,
Doing the
most
work.
definitely, most
Doing
definitely.
the work.
They say the greatest journey starts with a single step, and
Mm-hmm.
that step could be you actually coming into this event. Even if you don't come to the event, take that initial step in life, period. Because it's all about enlightenment. It's all about growth. If you're growing, if you're doing the same thing now that you were doing 10 years ago, guess what? Guess what? You just lost 10 years. You lost 10 years of
Mm-hmm.
your life. So what we're focusing on when it comes down to this event is first off mind management, mind focus, and then everything else comes outside of that. Jasmine, I know you write books. You're an established author. It's, let's talk about a little bit about what you're bringing to the event as you're going to be speaking about how somebody can actually start their own book.
All right. So let me just first apologize if y'all hear noise. It's Mother's Day weekend. I got family in town.
You
So if y'all hear some background noise, that's family. But yes, I've got into the industry of writing books.
so
So I got into the industry of writing books, right?
mhm.
When I first got started writing books, I never wanted to do it. It was never part of my identity. I went to school for math and science. So when I was told to write a book because it would help build my brand, I was more interested in it because, of course, it was people who were doing better than me who were showing me the power of having a book. I looked at people like Michelle Obama. I looked at people like even I know y'all don't like the name, but even R. Kelly. I've looked at a lot of celebrities who had books and the importance of having one. So they was like, if you want to build your brand, if you want to be able to build something, then you want to write a book. So I was open to it. I made the investment. I started doing the work, and then I started seeing the impact. It wasn't until I wrote the book until I started seeing my income grow. It wasn't until when I wrote the book I started getting respect on my business. So that's why I'm a firm believer in, like, if y'all really want to grow your business, if you really want to build your brand, one of the things that you should do is write the book, because it's going to start shifting the mindset of people. When people started seeing me write books, they was like, oh my gosh, wow, like really? You wrote a book? But most importantly, people started asking me how. Some people are stuck right now and trying to figure out what it is that they need to do when they already know what it is that you got to do. The question is how. Like, Clip, what is the number one how question that people ask you on a regular?
How to actually get into the market, how to do this, how to do that. It always starts with how.
It
Uh,
always
and that
starts with how.
and that's how you actually got somebody intrigued into what you do. Because most people, they say, okay, what are you doing? How much money you make? But it always starts with how. But when you have somebody that actually walks up to you and is like, well, how do I get to do what you're doing? That's how I know I got my next student. That's how I know I can mentor this person.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's how I got into the self-publishing space. Everybody who I kept dropping my book off to, handing in my book, they was like, okay, so how did you write the book? And then I just give them a quick little overview. I said, I did this and I did that. They was like, but how? Like, can you teach me how? I'm like, do you want to learn how? And they was like, yeah. And I just kept brushing it off. I was like, well, I don't do that. I don't show people how to write books, until somebody had to sit me down and give me a reality check. And they was like, no, that's your next thing. Like, because I've always wanted to speak. So whenever I get invited to speak, it's an honor, because that's something that I wanted to do. I'm like, I want to start, moving around and speaking, traveling and speaking. So thank you, Cliff, because now I'm
I
going to
got you.
Florida speaking, but that was an energy. I had to put that out there in order for it to start happening. And then somebody was like, okay, you can speak about anything. What are you going to speak about? And I was like, I don't know. They was like, well, what do people want to know? I said, people keep asking me how to write these books. They were like, well, show the people how to write the books. I didn't have my first high figure in month until I started showing people how to write books.
Mm.
So that was a big deal for me.
Oh, I
That was a big.
definitely understand. Writing a book actually it legitimizes you. It makes you, people think when you write a book, automatically, hey, this person knows what they're talking about. Because
Yeah.
if they didn't know what they're talking about, they wouldn't be able to write a book in the first place.
Mhm.
I mean, and I totally understand because I'm an established author myself, working on my
Mhm.
third book right now.
Congrats. Let
Yeah,
me sit my butt down and get to work, Cliff. Hey, you just came in the
yeah.
industry and now you on the third. That's what I'm
Hey,
talking about.
listen, my second book dropped. My second book actually dropped Sunday. I'm dropping it on Amazon Sunday. My third book is on the way. How to stake your cryptocurrency, and that's going to be a book talking about how how crypto staking will actually replace the retirement system. And that's a whole nother conversation in itself. But
Wow.
I
It's
felt I
so many
felt impelled to do
conversations.
that. Yeah, I felt impelled to write that book because a lot of people don't know the benefits of crypto staking and how they can actually help you retire. You'll be surprised how many people don't have a retirement plan. You'll be surprised. So that's
I'm
what
aware.
compelled me to
That's
write it.
why we still got GoFundMe in business. GoFundMe is still in business because people ain't
Oh yeah,
financially prepared to
oh yeah.
go.
And we ain't gonna talk about the street dudes who think
Right.
they're financially prepared, but yeah.
No. Because I mean, if you're financially prepared to go, right, we wouldn't have GoFundMe.
Hmm.
And then you would have something that's going to stay behind to help take care of your family. So even if
Exactly.
it's all cash, like, do you have it in the right places so we can go somewhere else other than down the drain once you leave?
Oh yeah.
So I
Listen,
get it.
I put a post out that actually I ain't gonna lie to you, it actually pissed people off, a few people.
The truth hurt.
I put a post out on Instagram. I said Instagram models and strippers and people who are in the service industry. What are your retirement plans? Because eventually that body's gonna wear off, the face gonna wear off. What are your retirement plans after that point? If you don't meet that rich dude, if you don't meet that rich woman, what's your retirement plan? And a lot of people got pissed off at that post because, like you said, the truth hurts. That's
Yeah.
why I really really wanted to write that book. So that, okay, now you have a retirement plan. You can put some things in place to take that money that you're making now that you're young and actually and
Hmm.
make invest it and actually grow interest off of that money.
I
But yeah,
came from the hair industry and I knew I needed something else to do. I'm like, my hands hurt, my back hurt, my feet hurt. Like, I can't do all this hard labor forever. So that's what got me into exploring travel and other things, because I just didn't fall in love with doing hair anymore because my body was hurting. So you're right. What is the retirement plan?
oh yeah, trust me, I understand. I was talking to my barber, and I was telling him he's actually in my one of my barbers in my course right now. He was like, "Man, look,
Hmm.
a lot of barbers, a lot of hairstylists, a lot of people who are in the service industry, period, can really really benefit off this information because now you're showing them how they can gain interest off of just them investing a small amount of money. And
Yeah.
I mean, because a lot of people don't understand you really need this, because it's going to come a time, it's going to come a day that you're not going to be able to work anymore. Your hands are going to start, like you said, your hands are going to start hurting. Your legs are going to start hurting. Your back is going to give out. And at that point in time, what are you going to what do you have to depend
Exactly.
on? Yeah.
You're gonna need a plan B.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna
Which
need
is
some type of investments going on. You're
oh
gonna
yeah.
need is your money working for you while you working?
Exactly. That's another reason why you should actually come to our event, because I will be speaking on crypto staking at our event, because this is information that everyone needs to know. Not just certain people in a certain demographic or a certain
Mm-hmm.
class. Everyone should know, because everyone can benefit off of these type of benefits.
So if you sick and tired of being sick and tired, you need to be at the event. If you tired of having a penny pinch, you need to be at the event. If you don't have a plan B for your children, you need to be at the event. If you know you're sick and tired of your job, you need to be at the event. If you're comfortable with where you are in life and you don't care about what happens tomorrow, please stay home. Stay
Exactly.
home.
Yeah.
But if you're questioning who you are, if you're questioning what is next, if you like God, what it has to be something more than this, this is your sign. This is your sign to be at the event, but this is also your sign to participate when you get there. Because I'm telling you, people who just come to the event and stare, they don't really get what they need to come out the event. But when the person who asks the most questions is going to win. The person who actually getting involved is going to win. The person who start networking with people in the room, because it's all about who you know as well.
Exactly.
We always thought it was what you know, but then a lot of us also learned about it. It's about who you know, and we still don't take advantage of who we're sitting next to.
Yeah.
There's some people who are literally asking questions into a six-figure year, all because they're asking the right questions and they're not afraid to sound wrong once they get in these rooms, because the experts are there to give you the answer to become better who you were before you leave. So it sounds like y'all
Exactly.
just need to be at the event.
Exactly. And I can tell you what asking questions can get people. Asking questions allowed me to help 25 plus people become millionaires in the crypto space. Asking questions helped over 600 other people go from living
Yes,
paycheck to paycheck to actually having at least 5 figures in their portfolio. That's
yes,
what asking questions gets people. So you definitely have to come with your questions. And if I see you slacking in an event, trust and believe I'll call you out.
right.
I will call
And
you
that's
out right there on the
good. Some people
stage.
don't even bother. Some people
Oh
don't
yeah.
even bother to call you out,
Hey, ask
But to
anybody that.
know,
Well, I bet.
no, but to know that you even saying that you would call people out, that go ahead and weigh out everybody who don't need to be there. Because if you're afraid to be called out, if you're afraid to be coached in that area, then don't come. Don't come. We're not gonna twist your arm to make some money.
Hey, trust and believe. Listen, you could ask anybody. Hey, all the other events that I've ever coached, which what Baltimore twice, DC,
Yes,
Dallas, Miami, all those other
yes,
events that I've actually coached already, that I actually spoke at and coached and hosted myself already. I call people out. I call them out.
yes.
Hey, for real,
All
for
we
real.
ask is that don't say we're acting funny
Mm-hmm.
when you got the first invitation to be there.
Yeah,
Don't
because
say people acting different or being funny when you got the invitation to be at the table first.
oh yeah, most definitely. And on top of that, this is not going to be a one-time event. I don't think I told you that, Jasmine. We're actually going on tour.
Oh, okay.
So the next city outside of this one will probably be New York City.
Oh,
I'm booking that one right
even
now as
better.
we speak. I'm talking. I got Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm looking into Vegas. I'm also looking to LA. So this is going to
Okay.
be a tour that we're actually doing around the country. That we're probably hitting up. Every other month we'll be hitting up a different city. So
Nice.
if for people that's looking on Facebook, 'cause I got friends everywhere. People that are on Facebook looking at this, on YouTube looking at this, on both my Facebook accounts, just let me know, and I can definitely come to your city and set this event up in your city. But
Yes.
this is an awareness tour. This is to bring awareness to people that you really can do these things. I am not the smartest person in the world, even though a lot of people like to call me some type of crypto genius. I'm not. I'm just a brother who actually sat down and said, I want better out of life. I want
Right.
to make sure my children have better out of life. I want to make sure the people around me eat and have better out of life, have a better life. So
Hmm.
anybody can do this. And I teach crypto made simplified. So let's get it. I'm
You
ready.
tapped in. You tapped into a skill. You
Yeah.
tapped into a skill that's gonna set you for life.
Oh, hey, most definitely. It has been setting me for life, and it set everybody around us for life. So, but yeah,
Yes,
let's get it. Let's get it. And on top of that, like I said, you will be hearing how you can actually start writing your own first book.
yes.
You will be, and that's an important thing because I ain't gonna tell you, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. The feeling I got when I finished my first book was just a bliss, so blissful to it's ridiculous. It's almost like you can't really describe it in words,
Mm-mm.
because
It was
you
bigger
looking at
than your achievement from graduating school and all that. It's a
for
different feeling.
real, for real. I mean, I'm looking at the words that I literally wrote on a piece of paper. That I wrote on a piece of paper. I'm like, this actually came out of my mind.
Yes, people would
That's
tell me they'd be like, "Yo, it's like I'm reading your mind or something," because this is how you talk on a regular, right?
yeah,
So they'd be like, "Yo, this is crazy. It's like I'm reading your mindset on paper," and I'm like, "That's exactly what it is," because I spoke my book, like I wrote it the way how I talk, you know.
so yeah. I had one of my homeboys from back home, my childhood friends, tell me, bro, I didn't know you that dude. I didn't know you was that intelligent. He was like, bro, I'm gonna be honest. He said, don't take this the wrong way, but I didn't know you was that intelligent, bro. I'm like, man,
Hmm.
it doesn't take nothing but for you to sit down and actually go through the process to actually write the book. And everybody has a story. Everybody has a book inside of
Yes, everybody has something that they overcame, right?
it.
To where they can teach somebody. You probably have told your children many times, like, hey, don't do this because I've been through X, Y, and Z. So I just encourage people to find out what is that one question how that people are always asking you. If you could break that thing down into 7 and 10 steps and give it and add a couple of experiences to it, give them some examples, you will have 20,000 words in no time. Because that same device that you pick up and you just start running your mouth on, I can guarantee you probably say about a good 7 to 8,000 words a day. Imagine if you sat down for an entire week and put it all in a Word document. Now
Yeah.
we got a book,
And you got residual income.
and you got residual income because
Oh
it's
yeah.
not going nowhere.
Exactly, exactly. But we don't want to hold y'all up too long tonight. We just want to really get on here and really chop it up about the event and chop it up a little bit about how you can actually start writing your own first book. And we appreciate y'all for jumping on. Jasmine, you got any last words?
Make sure y'all in the room.
Oh yeah.
How can they sign up for the event?
The event is out. The tickets are already on sale. You can go to my Facebook page directly and sign up for the tickets. And I will be reposting the tickets like every day,
All
because
right.
we are expecting at least 300 people at this event. At least
All
300.
right. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's get it. You know what I like to leave everybody off with? Listen, if you want to change your situation, whether it's financial, physical, or spiritual, you have to change your mindset. And when you change your mindset, you elevate your life. All right, peace.